So, you want to learn how to make a cardboard ship? Well, this is a very simple task, hopefully. You will need a ruler, something to write with, scissors, tape, and a cardboard box. Now, I normally use a HelloFresh box, because they are perfect for shipbuilding. Make sure your box has flaps on it, because that's what we will be making the hull out of. Now, to get started, cut off the long flap of your box. This is the base of the hull. After this, cut off the other long flap. Now, grab your ruler and measure halfway on that flap. Then, rule a horizontal line from one end to the other. Cut across that line and boom, you now have the sides of your ship. Next, you want to get some tape that is a bit longer than the long flap. Keep in mind, I use colored tape for my ships, but you don't need to if you don't have any. Clear tape will work fine. Grab one half of the flap you just cut in half and place the tape across the bottom. Make sure there is half on the cardboard and half not on the cardboard. This is so you can connect it to your hull. After this, do the same with the other half flap. Once both half flaps have tape across them, lay your flaps down so the sticky part of the tape is facing up, and grab the whole flap and put it on the sticky part of one of the half flaps. Then, bring the flap up so it looks like a wall. Do the same with the other flap. To make it more sturdy, I normally put another piece of tape connecting the wall flap to the hull. Good job, you now have whatever this is. Now, your box should have another set of flaps on the bottom of the box. You may need to cut the tape holding all the flaps together off. I would recommend an adult to do this, as you can easily cut yourself. And remember, always cut away from you. Now that you have another set of flaps, cut off another long flap. This will be used as the deck. Grab a strip of sellotape the length of the hull and attach it right here. Do this on the other side. This is so we can connect the deck. You now have a skeleton of your ship. Now, if you want your ship to have an upper deck, grab the last long flap piece. Since this is your last long flap, take the flap and outline it on a straight part of the box you're using. You could just use another box if that's easier, but make sure it's the same size. Anyway, measure 4 or 5 centimeters on that long flap. This is how long I make mine, but you can do whatever you want. Cut off the amount you did, then do it again. You will now have 2 pieces of cardboard that will be used as the walls. Get a piece of tape, which is again the same length of your hull, and attach it like so. Do the same thing with the other side.
The coconut nut is a giant nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat. Now,
if you did make an upper deck, cut off a short flap from your cardboard box and measure along here and here. Cut a piece of cardboard from the short flap with the same measurement. Use sellotape to attach it like so. Now we make the bow. Cut off a short flap from your box and measure a long triangle, which is the width of the flap and as long as the flap. Try your best to make your triangle as straight as possible, but if it isn't, that's alright. Cut out that triangle, then cut off another short flap and trace your triangle on that flap as well as you can. Cut out the second triangle, and now you should have two triangles around the same length and width. Now cut off your final short flap. Rule a line from the middle of your cardboard flap and then cut it in half. Grab a strip of sellotape the same length as your bow piece and connect it to the top part of the bow like so. Then connect a short flap. If the flap is longer than the bow piece, cut it so it is the same length as the bow piece. Do the same with the other side. Grab a piece of tape, which is again the same length as the bow, and attach it like so. Grab another piece of tape and do it with the other side. Then get your final triangle and attach it like so. You now have your bow. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't look how you want it to look. It takes a lot of practice. Get a couple strips of tape. These will be used to connect your bow to the structure you made earlier. Follow along with the video.
The coconut nut is a giant nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat.
Cut out a U shape from the cardboard box that is the same width as your bow. This is the stern. Make it as long or as short as you want. Connect it like so.
The coconut nut is a giant nut. If you eat too much, you get very fat. Now,
Congratulations! You have made your ship. You might want to add some details like a mask or a toilet paper roll as your funnel. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry if it was unclear, as this is my first tutorial. I'll be answering every single question in the comments, so if you're confused, just ask. Also, with this tutorial, you can build any ship you want, not just the one shown in the video. Same technique, just different ship.